This episode of Tekzilla is sponsored by 23andMe.
Ignacio writes in, "Hi guys, I'm a fan of video podcasts and I use iTunes to manage them. I wouldn't mind changing it for another option if it solves the issue though. I have unwatched podcasts, smart playlist, to watch every single one of them in chronological order, independent of the channel. Could be Tekzilla, CNET News, etc. I'd like to be able to stream this playlist on my TV. My PC is in another room, and I have a Cisco E4200 Wi-Fi router that should be enough for HD streaming. Now, I know an Apple TV is one possible solution, but I would like to stay away from Apple's closed ecosystem. I'm also trying to ditch iTunes. And as an Android user and a fan of open standards, I wouldn't mind buying a Roku. I have bought the Plex app for Android, but it doesn't have the video playlist function. I have an Xbox 360 plugged into my TV. If I could use that to play my video podcasts and keep up with my unwatched video podcasts, that would be ideal. I'm about to try Zoom Player as a podcast manager, and I'll let you know if that solves the issue. Anyway, I hope you can help me with this long-lasting issue. I love you guys. Cheers, Ignacio from Argentina."
First up, I just love that people are still using Zoom software. That's just awesome. Second up, our first reaction was to try to find a fix that worked with your existing Xbox 360. We tried out Serviio with mixed results. The program itself worked great. It detects the downloaded podcasts, made them accessible via DLNA on the Xbox. Really simple, really easy. The problem was with the Xbox itself. It only displayed playlists in alphabetical order, which doesn't really work when you want chronological order. Alphabetical is not date. It's really simple. The closest we got with that was a recently added playlist that showed the last 10 downloaded videos, but if you have a heavy podcasting habit, that's not going to last you very long. That's like a day of downloads for some friends of mine. Then, serendipitously, we received this email from Dave L17. "Robert and Patrick thought you guys would like to know, if you didn't already, that it's now easier than ever to automatically add web videos to a MyPlex queue, like I do for HD Nation. Using a shared if this then that recipe that takes new RSS items and sends them out using Gmail, just put the episode title in the subject line and send the URL to the video in the body, and MyPlex does the rest. The ingredients are all in the feed. It's pretty dang slick, Dave L17. Great tip, Dave. Here's the if this then that recipe that we set up to send the Tekzilla podcast to MyPlex. A ton of example recipes show up if you search for MyPlex on the site. Now, if you're not familiar with MyPlex, it's a free service that, one, lets you access your home Plex servers from anywhere on the web, and two, adds online videos to a queue. Plex on Android supports MyPlex queues, but you can't see what's been watched already. You'll be able to view the order of your podcasts, but there's no real way to manage them. So here's where a Roku box comes in. The Plex app shows your queue as well as watched and unwatched episodes, and it'll automatically mark episodes as watched after you finish them. Keep in mind, you'll need to have a Plex server running to transcode videos for the Roku if you are trying to play unsupported streams. So, it's, Yeah,
I gotta say though, all of that sounds like a lot of work really, and I think it's just pretty simple actually going with something like an Apple TV, just if you're already using iTunes, but...
So that the Apple TV will automatically, because I don't watch any podcasts on Apple TV.
He's streaming that from his PC client, and then it would just see that on his local network. And yeah, it'd be $99 for a very specific piece of hardware you're probably only going to use with that one instance. And I understand the desire, though, to migrate everything off to something a little more open. And the MyPlex, I don't know, MyPlex would be the way to do that if you're willing to, jump through hoops a little bit.
It's not a giant hoop. In any case, well, okay, if this, then that's kind of crazy. But I love it. If this, then that is popping up
tool
all over my life right now. Email us tekzilla@version3.com or tweet @Tekzilla if you think you got a better idea. Right now, let's take a moment to thank one of our sponsors.
Have you ever been curious about your genetic background? About what you might learn from your DNA? I was, and that's why I use 23andMe. 23andMe enables anyone to explore their DNA. It's based on a saliva analysis of approximately 1 million data points in your DNA. Customers receive over 200 personalized reports that cover health risks, physical traits, carrier status for conditions that could be passed on to children, and more. 23andMe first offered their personal genome service in November 2007 for $999, and it only provided 14 reports. But today you can get over 200 reports, all for only $99. Isn't the evolution of technology great? Now, it may sound intimidating, but 23andMe makes the whole process very simple. First, you buy a DNA kit online, and then you mail your saliva sample, postage is included, and after a few weeks, you receive over 200 health, trait, and ancestry reports. Heck, I've used it and I can't recommend it enough, so what are you waiting for? Get started today. Check out 23andme.com/Tekzilla to learn more.